ladies and gentlemen. That took a little while longer than expected, but for one or the other reason, my Xbox would not connect everybody. So reset the Xbox, and here we are. We are on board, or looking at Mr. Arriving Flame in the 71 exclusive McLaren. We are at Brands Hatch, everybody, and as we all know, that's one of my favorite tracks, and Panzer Barrow is here as well. Let's go racing. You are not in the race, Panzer Barrow, but welcome to the stream at least, and of course you're more than welcome to watch, and I hope we will enjoy. We see the track is greasy, everybody. It has been raining in the pre-practice and the track is greasy right now, so we are not gonna go down to the 22s today, probably not into 23s, and maybe not even the 24s, 25s, but we will see. We will see. Talking about Brands Hatch, everybody, we're gonna be pulling up that little track info that we got. Of course, it's located in Great Britain, in the UK. It's 3.9 kilometers, 2.4 miles, and that's not a very long track. 9 turns in a clockwise rotation with pole starting on the right as the first corner goes to the right, of course. And yeah. I'll let this stand. It was officially or originally a mushroom field, just a plain old field where cyclists and runners did cross-country mountain biking and running, jogging races in the 1930s, everybody. And then the first asphalt/tarmac races started in the late 1940s, and then it became the track we know today. It's a whole list of things, and you can read it. I'll let it on the screen if you can read it, if it's not too small, and that will save you from looking at me for a little while longer. But free practice is only 3 minutes longer, everybody. We got a 28.9 for She Loves Avery. We've got top team 5 at a 29.5-ish, and then Arriving Flame 2 seconds off the pace right now in the 31s, but is still on a lap, everybody, and he's not running that purple livery for nothing. So let's see what he can do, and if he can, even if he messes it up in the practice, in the quali, see what he can do in the race. And we've got Transport Deleu here as well. We've got Mirza, we've got Shaken Ivy, we've got Mr. Nick, we've got Zolo and Say the Deurwaarder, and of course Marvin Racing. We've got 10 people on the grid, and me, the silly man in the Lexus, staying in the pit lane. But yeah, that's the grid for today. Small grid, hopefully a lot of action, small grid, and let's see how busy I will be. And maybe maybe there's room for a little bit of TED talk, a little bit of a Dr. Phil session, but at least we will have fun, everybody. 2 minutes left of practice. Then we're gonna go to qualifying for 15 minutes, and later we have 1 hour of action on Brands Hatch. So we've got 11 viewers. We've actually got about the same amount of viewers as we have people on the track. Would be nice to see that turned around, right? Maybe more viewers in the stream, or maybe more races on the track. Either way, it's better. But looking at all these cars, we see a Porsche right here. Porsche from She Loves Avery. We see top team, Mr. Sandström, I believe, is in the yellow and blue Swedish colored Ferrari. We've got Arriving Flame with the purple. We see Transport Deleu in a metallic grey, silver grey Mustang, of course. We see Mirzo running that Ferrari as well. Shaken Ivy in a purple-ish McLaren, and Mr. Nick also in a green Porsche. We see Zolo, of course, in a Porsche as well. Looks like the how do we say that, the Skechers BMW livery. Of course, we've got Mr. de Deurwaarder in a Ferrari as well. We've got Marvin Racing, and who do we see here? Mr. Panzer Barrow in the Mustang as well. Was in the chat, is now on the track. Buenas noches, Panzer Barrow. Here we have Mr. Leon in the chat as well. But yeah, couple of seconds left, 20 seconds, 15 seconds by the time you guys see it, and then we will go to qualifying. Very, very interesting. We've got 12 people on the track, or 12. We've got 11 on the track, one guy in the pit lane. And Panzerberro is always driving hard and fair, guys. So yeah, let's see what he is gonna make of this greasy track today. Greasy as hell. We go reset for the. Whoa, I don't know what's happening there, but we see a couple of guys flying through the screen over there. Was that Mr. Nick or was that Mr. Zolo? I think that's Mr. Nick. Nick is doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I hope you're not gonna have a DC as well, Panzerberro. Your connection is looking a little bit reddish, but let's hope it's gonna stay alive. So we have car number 69, Marvin Racing, and the 599 still on the track, Mr. De Deurwaarder. And as soon as these guys cross the line or dirty their lap, we're gonna go over to qualifying. And for now it looks to be sunny with a bit of cloud cover. Very, very interesting to see what the quali is gonna be like, and especially when quali is done. How is that race gonna be looking like? And let's see who is leaving the track first, everybody. This is a very, very... and of course it's Arriving Flame. So we're gonna be going to look at Arriving Flame. And as soon as he goes through the last corner, just as normal, we're going on board with Mr. Arriving Flame and do a lap, first quali lap of Brands Hatch. Of course the corner names, we're gonna talk you through it. He's already been through the Paddock Hill Bend. He's already been through the Druids, and Graham Hill Bend is what he did now on the Cooper Straight and onto Surtees, everybody. Surtees, this left-hander going uphill. You want to maximize the speed and early on the throttle as possible to go over to the Pilgrim's Drop right here, and then through Hawthorne Bend up to the right. Mr. Shirtor in the chat as well, welcome! And then it's the Minter Straight, Derek Minter Straight through the Westfield Bend, that first right-hander, and then it's the second one, the Dingledell, here downhill in that little dip and then going uphill to Sheens. And then we're gonna go left through Sterling's, and then it's the Clearways down to the Clark Curve being the last one. And speaking about names, he should change that name to Terminator. Shermanator. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go on board. We've already had the first drop, Paddock Hill Bend, Pilgrim's Rise, and now through Druids, everybody. I don't know what's happening with my personal internet connection. The connection is green, is low on ping, I believe, but there's all kinds of crazy stuff happening. It is very, very cloudy though. Look at those clouds above the track. I'm doing good, Mr. Hernandez. How have you been doing? This Hawthorne Bend uphill, I love that corner so much. Like, you either get it right, you want to miss the curb on that right hand if you're going uphill, and then coming out all the way to the left side for this corner combination over here. And most of the time the curb Arriving Flame just passed is the one that's gonna mess you up. Updated nickname. Oh damn. Is it official yet, or what? How do we gotta look at that? And Mirzo is driving a 126.8 with Arriving Flame now dropping down into the 23s right away. track is of course fast. So no rain, no greasiness. 1:23 in the qualifying is on the board, everybody. Let's see if he can drop that down to low 23s or maybe even 22s. You never know. It's a fast track, so it's not optimal, but we will see. Official tomorrow. Oh well, we're gonna be looking at the news. Definitely be looking at the news. Let's have a little look, everybody, with Mr. Top Team. Just 7 tenths away. He's driving at 24.5 right now in the quali, chasing down that 23.8 from arriving Flame, of course. We see a big gap of about a second to P3 at the moment, and behind P3 it's a couple of tenths, half a second, 3 tenths, 2 tenths, and 6, 7 and 8 are pretty much bang on the same pace, as well as the guys in 9th, 10th and 11th. It's Mr. Sandstrom pushing a little bit too hard, and that's that corner we just talked about. That was Sheens. And Sheens is always difficult, everybody. Always difficult. We're gonna have a little look at Panzerberro. Panzerberro should be able to go a little bit faster with that Mustang, and I know he's a good driver. He's usually faster than me on a couple of tracks, so let's see what Panzerberro is going to be pulling out of that head of his. Hope he's not watching. I hope he's not getting cursed, that he knows that he's on the stream. Let's see what he can make of it. We do see Zolo and Shelos Avery just a tenth apart now, and coming closer to that is Mr. Transport Delay. These guys in 3rd, 4th and 5th are very close, as well as the guys of course in 6, 7 and 8, and then 8, 9, 10 is a little bit different. But I do hope Panzerberro is gonna get a little bit more on the pace over here, because right now he is a little bit lacking pace in that Mustang. We've got Toby here chilling with us. We've got Hernandez, Mr. Hernandez chilling with us. And of course, Mr. Leon was in the chat, I believe. We've got Panzerberro in the chat. So we've got a couple of people here to keep me excited. And Shelos Avery is slowly improving all the time. Was close to Transport Delay and Zolo, but is now 4 tenths away from Transport Delay on P3 right now. And is that not the same livery as we saw by Mr. Nick? Mr. Nick and Shelos Avery? Yes, indeed. Two of the same liveries, everybody. And of course that's not a shame. Oh. I was gonna say that Ferrari of Marvin Racing very close on the backside there from Shelos Avery. see top team, Mr. Top Team 5, Mr. Sandstrom. Just 2/10 away from Arriving Flame, and Arriving Flame is still putting in some laps though. And looking at that cloud cover, I'm very curious if the start of the race is gonna be rainy, greasy, if there's gonna be any downpour at all. Transport Deleu and Sheilaf's Avery are pretty much at the same pace, everybody. Just 7 thousandths between them, and then you have 3/10 of a gap, then it's 9/10 of the gap, and then just a tenth, a couple of tenths. And Mr. Panzerberro 2.7. Mr. Panzerberro 1.9. Immediately goes from P11 to P9 and now P6. So he is finding pace in that Mustang right now. So he should be feeling okay with that. With 5 minutes to go, he can start pushing for an even better lap, because he's got that right banker, or that nice banker lap in. And now it's all about trying to extract a little bit more pace and trying to take a little bit more risk. Look at Mr. Sheilaf's Avery, or a she. Is it a he or a she? I mean, we don't care, but getting closer and closer lap by lap to top team. Arriving Flame is not, I mean, we still got 4 minutes left. We got about, if you keep pushing, you got about 1:30 a lap. So that's three more laps. And if you're lucky, 4 more laps. So he's got 3 more laps at least to start pushing that McLaren a little bit harder. Because maybe top team, maybe Sheilaf's Avery are getting close. But Quali is not a race, of course. So always a little difference in there. We see Panzerberro in the pit lane already, so he must feel okay-ish with that 6th place right now. Probably not okay-ish, but might be the best he can do right now. Maybe he's had a couple of cervezas, you never know. We do see that that Porsche of Mr. Nick coming back in and out of the pit lane, just glitching a little. It might be my connection, but looking at my connection, it's green. It's completely green, so I don't know. Of course, I did have trouble getting into the server. And look at Arriving Flame, everybody. 1:23.2. Very fast lap. Sunrise looks spectacular. Yes, it does. I hope the sun is gonna pull through Panzerberro, because the clouds looked a little bit darkish. Toby is just looking at everybody who's racing today, and he's gonna go through all of Twitch to check everybody's onboards. What is Marvin Racing gonna do? Is he gonna pull to the side? Is he gonna try and get his own lap done? What is he gonna do? Because Arriving Flame wants to put in one last banger of a lap. We see She Loves Avery trying to get close, maybe catch a little bit of a slipstream from Arriving Flame, but he's gonna be gone so fast. Let's do an onboard, everybody. Last lap of Arriving Flame in this qualification, and what is he gonna do? If he's very, very lucky, and I mean lucky by the second or 2 seconds, he can put in another lap. There we have somebody else joining, Mr. F1 Turbo ENT, joining in the last minute, quali being over, and he will start probably from the back because he's not going to be able to do another lap. Let's have a little look at Sheens, everybody. Go all the way to the left, cut that curb a little bit, but not completely. Go on the power, just miss the grass on the left side, and then pull that car over to the right, left over the curb, coming out on the curb on the right, and then you're gonna go to the last corner, over the clearways and through Clark curve right here. Get as close to that curb as possible, try to miss the grass and keep that car steering, and then it's full throttle. Probably staying on the inside or just let it go to the outside for a good lap, but Arriving Flame has a couple more seconds to go, and he can start another lap. Not sure if he's gonna make it though, because that first turn entry was not perfect. A little slip of the back wheels, and he will finish the lap probably, but I don't think it's going to be an improvement. He is the last person on track though, so we're going to see a couple of people. 73 is pulling it into the pit lane, and that's Mr. Top Team. Then we have the 92 car, which is She Loves Avery, on through the last corner. So let's see if She Loves Avery gets an improvement. 8/10 is the gap right now. No improvement for She Loves Avery. Then it's the 598. Gets a little improvement from 1.2 to 9.9. Then it's the 599, Mr. Deurwaarder, stays where he is, and then it's Arriving Flame coming over the finish line, but it's not gonna get an improvement in my mind, and no improvement for Arriving Flame. So that's the quali over. We've got Arriving Flame in 1, Top Team in 2, and She Loves Avery in 3, with Transport Deleu following in 4th, and then it's Zolo in P5, Panzerberro in 6, Mr. De Deurwaarder in P7, and Marvin Racing in P8, Nick in P9, Shaken Hyvie in 10, and Meerzo in P11, with F1 Turbo starting on 13th position because he joined the quali very, very late. Is that your goat, Toby? Is that your goat? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And look at this, everybody, a wet-ish race, a wet start. It's not wet-ish, it's not greasy, it's not just a little bit of rain, but it's very, very wet out there, and it's not flooded yet. We do see in 15 minutes it's gonna be drier. So do you want to survive 10 to 15 minutes before the track starts drying up? But maybe it's gonna rain after, you never know. It's very, very dark out there, so I would just start on the rain tires. It's an hour race, everybody, with 2 mandatory pit stops. So just start on the wet tires, see what the weather is gonna look like in 15 minutes, and then decide what you're gonna do with that second pit stop. 20 minutes, yes, about 3 laps later the track is gonna be drying up, right? So 10-10, very long wet track. I would start on the wets, and if it's gonna dry up, change for dry tires, and you've still got that second set to see what the rest of the race is gonna be like. Speaking about pit stops, everybody, I don't believe there is a standing time in this server, but a drive-through will cost you around 19 seconds. A 1 liter refuel normally is 27, but we're gonna forget about that, I think. We can put 5, because everybody is gonna drive an hour. I mean, 1 liter refuel, I don't know if people are gonna do that. 25 second no tire swap is gonna be 49 seconds and 54 if you do the driver, or if you do the tire swap. So depending on tires, yes or no, you're gonna be around that 50 or 55 mark. I do have this whole thing as a nice little paper. But yeah, I've got track maps, I've got pit stop maps, I've got track information tabs, I've got a whole map full of ACC stuff, everybody.
20 seconds. Seconds.
I will get myself a drink while we are going for the warm-up lap, everybody, and then I will be back on time for, of course, the start of today's race. And while I'm saying that, my button box decides to not work anymore while we are in the helicam. So that's oh, here we go again. Very good. I'll be back, boys. Back again, everybody. It's time for a cheers. You get a nice pop as well on the stream. And we are not even halfway over the track, so time enough to be preparing. So I'm quickly checking my phone for notifications, everybody. Can't go without notifications, right? The phone is your whole life. It's your calculator. It's your phone. It's your social media. It's your you can do everything with it. It's your bank. It's your. I mean, what do you do without a phone these days? Absolutely wild. But we're on the last little straight, everybody, on clearways, going up under the boards, and then we're gonna go through Clark Curve and getting ready for that wet start of today's Brands Hatch EER Round 9 race. Hello, Mr. Johnny. How are you? Good luck to all the drivers. Yes, indeed. Good luck to all the drivers. And we are on the start-finish straight, everybody. We're getting to the start-finish line, and then we're gonna get the green lights in today's wet Brands Hatch race. And we're green. Off we go, everybody. Arriving Flame has a good start and is probably gonna drive away, but we have She Loves Avery on the inside of Mr. Top Team. We see Transport de Leeuw going off. We see Panzerberro going off, and She Loves Avery is falling back. Had a P2, is now in P3. We see Mr. Marvin racing behind Mr. De Deurwaarde. De Deurwaarde going off. Marvin going off. Or Marvin is staying on. I meant to say Nick. Let me see. Nick, please stop moving. Nick was going off, and Sandström has spun around. We have De Deurwaarde there. We have, of course, also Shaken Ivy there. And some messed up stuff has happened at Surtees, everybody. And we missed it because we were looking for, of course, what happened before with the people going off the track. But that split time was moving absolutely crazy. But it's wet out there. Everything can happen. It's wet out there. Everything can happen for everybody. But in my if my guess is gonna be good, the Deurwaarde has damage, Top Team has damage, and Shaken Ivy has possible damage as well. So let's see what these guys are they gonna be pulling it into the pit lane, or are they gonna continue? We see She Loves Avery just going wide. Transport de Leeuw keeps it on the track. But will we see some battles, or will everybody just drown on a very wet? And we see Marvin going off. And this is I was gonna say Zolo going off. We see in the back there Mr. Nick going off, and everybody is getting used to a wet Brands Hatch, everybody. Everybody is going off T1. Especially it's already an understeery place. And if it's gonna be wet and you're gonna come in hot, yes, you are gonna slide wide. So Arriving Flame currently already 4 seconds ahead of She Loves Avery. And Transport de Leeuw is 1.5 or 1.4 behind with Zolo 3.2. Closest battle right here, or closest people on track, are Panzerberro back in P6 after going off in T1. But of course missed the whole chaos at Surtees. So back in P6 with Mr. De Deurwaarde behind him. Mr. De Deurwaarde is losing a little bit of time on Panzerberro, but with that engine in the back, I mean, I'm not a Ferrari expert, but with that engine in the back and the right traction setting, could he have better traction on the track? And as Johnny says, you have to be very careful, uneven and bumpy, and of course, as you see, the Deurwaarde, they're having a little moment, but with the tires and contact between tarmac, rain, water, grass, it's gonna be very slippery. And we saw Panzerberro just going off, and they're now going side by side, 230s. Panzerberro is just ahead, but the Deurwaarde tries to go along the outside, possibly loses a little bit of exit speed doing that, and Panzerberro can possibly come back. He's a little bit further away than I was hoping for though. And the Deurwaarde goes off, everybody. Everybody is going off when they're not on the camera. That's very bad. Very bad. Bad for the broadcast, bad for the replays. But everybody is going off left and right, and we haven't catched a single one yet. But I think Panzerberro and the Deurwaarder. The Deurwaarder was possibly losing a little bit of time on Panzerberro, but if he can stay on the backside of Panzerberro, maybe Panzerberro is gonna get nervous. But 5 minutes from now, we should be, the rain should be stopping within 5 minutes, and then the track should be starting to dry up, and everybody can get back to their original paces. Or if the track dries up, of course, that is, because it's not going to be dry immediately, it's going to be drying up. Looking at the front, we've got Mr. Zolo, very, very close behind Shilos Avery. Porsche on Porsche. And Toby, as a German, you should like this, right? Porsche versus Porsche. You see Transport Delay there as well, just a little bit ahead. So this might be the correct place to be watching a battle. Try and get TV Cam 1. Maybe we can see a little bit more of what's happening. Not exactly, so we're just gonna stay with this one. This is the fight for P2, Johnny. Transport Delay is in P2 with Shilos Avery in the green Porsche, a second behind, and then it's Zolo in Zolo in P4, just 5 tenths behind that. So these three cars are possibly fighting for P2, P3. Very, very wet, but the rain should stop any minute now, and then it's then we're gonna try and see who's gonna get the best pace on a track that's slowly gonna be drying up, and who's gonna get into that rhythm. But looking at Transport Delay, 1.9 ahead right now, and Zolo is just 8 tenths behind. So Zolo is losing about 2 tenths a lap, because 1 lap ago it was 5 tenths and now it's 3. So 2 tenths a lap. We're halfway. Plus a tenth is 3 tenths. That's the basic math, everybody. That's the math that I am doing, and my math is not always correct, but that's what we see happening over here. So no major battles on the track right now, but this is the closest gap. Oh, and Shilos Avery takes so much risk coming out so wide over those curbs and onto the wet gravel coming out of T1, and that's definitely gonna cost him a little bit of time. Porsche on Porsche action, everybody. We're gonna go, we're gonna go on board with Zolo, but as he goes wide, needs to get all the speed out of that car to get it back into the track, basically, and off the grass, to stay off the grass, and loses a lot of time. Needs to lift and get a whole lot of speed out of there to keep control of that car. So no on board, everybody. We were gonna go on board, but no on board for now. And Mr. Turbo has left the server, so just 10 guys on the track again. Whoa! And that was a little glitch that we saw happening, but Avery is off, and that's the difficult corner of Sheens that we were talking about. Sheens going uphill, a little bit of a blind moment of steering in over that curb on the inside and then coming out left almost to the grass, and especially when it's wet, very, very tricky. If you get it wrong, it can go horribly wrong, everybody. But this gets Marvin Racing back in the game. So let's see if Marvin has found a little bit of pace, has found a little bit of consistency, because She Loves Avery has been fast, but has not been consistent in the rain yet. So it's all up for grabs. You do see a little bit of damage on the front end of that Ferrari from Marvin Racing. And on the back as well, I believe. Back end looks a little bit damaged, front end looks a little bit damaged. But it's gonna be a quiet race, everybody, and we're gonna have to talk you through it. We've got 49 minutes left. 49 minutes left and no battle yet. The rain is what makes it exciting. It's 11:11 right now, so temperatures are slowly going up. And the Deurwaarder is getting closer to Marvin Racing, so let's go on board with the Deurwaarder and see how he's chasing down Marvin Racing with that little spray or little bit single car spray coming off the back of that Ferrari. It's Ferrari versus Ferrari. No Ferrari versus Ford, Ford versus Ferrari. No German makers versus Italian cars. It's just Italian versus Italian. Ferrari versus Ferrari. And Marvin even sounds Dutch or Belgian, and the Deurwaarder as well. So it might even be also the same nationality drivers over here. I do think Mr. the Deurwaarder should have a button for that windshield wiper. I mean, or he waxed that car really good before the race started. But oh, coming through that spray, almost up in that Ferrari from Marvin. Is gonna try and pull. This is gonna get wrong, everybody. I was gonna say this is gonna get wrong, but Marvin got the speed out of that car to survive for another day. But if you go too wide in the rain, two sheens, it's asking for trouble. Asking for trouble. And we see a little bit of sun coming out, everybody. A little bit of sun. This corner right here is dark, but you see a little bit of sun coming. Deurwaarder and Marvin, everybody. Marvin is staying on the backside of the Deurwaarder, and Sandstrom is back in the game as well. Possibly doesn't have a lot of damage, or not as much as we thought he would have. So he is back in the game, and we have Zolo back in the game as well. So 4 cars behind each other right now. Very exciting. And Sandstrom is fast, and let's see how he's gonna try and overtake these people ahead of him with Zolo breathing in his neck. Marvin is staying ahead quite good right now, and the Deurwaarder is going to try and look for an opening in T1. Sandstrom or Top Team has lost a little bit of time, and Zolo is still behind Top Team. So, oh, and Marvin goes off. And all 3 of these guys, the Deurwaarder, Top Team and Zolo, get past him. So it's back to the drawing board for Marvin, and he needs to get back up to speed fast. the deurwaarder, is he gonna be able to keep top team behind him? I don't think so. I don't think so. So we're gonna stay here and we're gonna see what's happening. What's gonna happen. These three cars, everybody, they are not in fighting positions right now, but they are very, very close together. We can look at Arriving Flame, who's 12 seconds ahead of the pack, or we can stay here with these three guys, seeing what's unfolding. A little shitty bot, crash show something, just go away. I mean, I haven't had any Streamlabs bots installed to keep these silly messages out of the chat, but I might as well do that, because every stream we're gonna get these crazy little bots. It's absolutely ridiculous. Sandstrom might have a little bit of damage on that Ferrari, because he's having trouble to really get close to the deurwaarder. Ooh. Solo, True Sheens goes off completely, and this gives Marvin the chance to get back to Solo. But Solo is already moving again, so didn't lose a whole lot of time, did lose a little bit of time, but not enough for Marvin to get past him. So we are back to a two-man battle. Top team chasing down the deurwaarder. And Arriving Flame is passing Mr. Nick. So that's the second car that Arriving Flame has passed. Where do we have Shake and Ivy? Shake and Ivy is just ahead of Panzerbearer. So Shake and Ivy has had some damage repaired, I believe. Already done a pit stop. And has been passed by Arriving Flame, and Panzerbearer is behind him as well, so is far behind the field, but only needs to do one more pit stop in the whole race, so that's gonna be saving him. And Mr. the Deurwaarder is now behind Sandstrom, so as we were looking through the field, Mr. Top Team, or Sandstrom that I keep calling him, because I know he had that name, has passed the Deurwaarder. That's how quickly it can go, ladies and gentlemen. You see a gap of about 5/10 with the Deurwaarder in front. We start looking at Arriving Flame. We start looking at where Shake and Ivy is, who Arriving Flame has passed already, and Centrum goes off and is gonna be behind the Deurwaarder again. And moments like these, as soon as we start switching to another car or another battle or just looking what's happening, stuff happens so fast, so you gotta be a little bit lucky with broadcasting, because it can be very, very tricky. As Sandstrom is going off left and right now, is going off completely, and Top Team is he gonna get back on the track? Yes, he is gonna get back on track, but he's possibly gonna be taking that first pit stop right now, possibly gonna repair a little bit of damage and take tires. Looking at the weather forecast, it's gonna be dry for now. So the track is drying up. So is he gonna have the balls to get that pit stop done, repair the damage, stick under some dry tires, and just go? Track is still wet. It's gonna be wet for a little bit, since it's just 11:11. Track is 11 and ambient is 11. So what's the game? What's the game? And everybody's gonna see that differently. But he has a lot of damage right now. Keeps going off. And this is not nice, everybody. It's not nice to see. It's good for the broadcast. It's good that stuff happens. You see Shaken Ivy going off behind him as well. But it's not nice. If you're in the car yourself, you are gonna be feeling very, very down or mad, or you're definitely not gonna be happy when stuff like this happens. Mr. Zolo is gonna try and find his way to the backside of the Deurwaarder. Zolo has made a couple of mistakes already, but if he can just keep it on the track, on a drying track, maybe he can find his way to the backside of the Deurwaarder. What have you guys in the chat been doing today? Because the race is very, very lonely for everybody. If you look at the map, everybody is miles apart except for Zolo chasing down the Deurwaarder. But everybody else is just driving their own race. No real pace differences, no real battles going on. So how has your Thursday been? Got arriving flame in P1, everybody. Car number 71. And we have Transport DeLeo in second. She Loves Avery is in third, but Transport DeLeo is 19 seconds behind arriving flame. I thought I saw 14 seconds for She Loves Avery to P2. And then it's 5 seconds for the Deurwaarder to P3 with Zolo 2.7. Then we have a gap of 10 seconds. And Mr. Panzerberro is a little bit behind as well. Crossing start finish right now, so we should get a little time. 20 seconds behind Marvin Racing. Mr. Nick is even further back, way back from Panzerberro, so he's driving in no man's land. Then we have Shaken Ivy, who's already done a pit stop, and Mr. Top Team as well. Top Team has fixed that Ferrari, is back in the game, and is probably gonna try and keep that car on track with no suspension damage, no aero damage. Is gonna try and get a very, very long, very, very good stint, and gonna try and make the best of this whole race left. And this is why I always say, guys, it's not just the broadcast. It's everything together. You've got the drivers on the track making the show. You've got the guy on the comms talking about it. And without a lot of drivers on the track, you know there's not so much gonna be to talk about. So yeah, you do it together. A great broadcast or a great stream, you do it together with the guys on the track and the guy behind the mic. And if that all goes well, and if that's all in sync and stuff happens, great overtakes, mistakes, a little bit of rain in the mix, or maybe just a little bit of rivalry, people you know that don't like each other, but it's all what makes the show. And this race today, I don't know if people saw that Brands Hatch was rainy and people just thought like, well, we're gonna skip a rainy Brands Hatch. But in my opinion, it's one of the best tracks in the game, if not the best. Oh, and Sandstrom, Mr. Top Team. And who is this? Was that She Loves Avery? Yes, it was. As we saw Mr. Nick go wide there. But She Loves Avery and Top Team very, very close together. Top Team was a blue flag, of course, but is gonna drive. Oh, and She Loves Avery completely going off there. Completely missing the braking point, just going straight forward. Is there any damage? Is there anything that happened, or just tires that are not? Did they stick up? I think they've got the dry tires on already. Would you say that's what we're missing, right? I've heard a lot of broadcasters talk about it. You can see if somebody has dry tires or wet tires. But did She Loves Avery just take a little risk, put on the dry tires, and first one on the dry tires, and is driving so carefully, driving so, or trying to drive carefully, but it's looking so slippery. This must be the dry tires under this Porsche, everybody. I'm almost sure about it. Almost 99% sure. Did a pit stop, is gonna go back into the pit lane. Are they gonna stick on the new wet tires, or? I mean, it's gonna be sunny. Temps are going up, there's only gonna be sun. If you are on the dry tires right now, don't go back to the wets. Don't go back to the wets and then needing to burn up the whole wets and get back into the pit lane again. I mean, stick with your choice and keep it going for just a little while. I know it's gonna be painful, I know it's gonna hurt yourself, but taking this pit stop and then having to go back to another possible little shower is not gonna be good. That's definitely not gonna be good. Oh, and Marvin having a little moment again. Marvin is very, very... Oh, Mr. Nick. This is Mr. Nick. Nick having a moment. I've seen She Loves Avery and Nick both in the same green Porsches having moments all over the place. And you see Arriving Flame has all options still open. Zolo still all options open. The Deurwaarder as well. Panzerberro as well, and Mr. Nick as well, but he is making some mistakes. But the guys who've done their pit stops, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, if we're gonna see Avery pushing a little bit harder right now. Yes, this is looking like it's on the rainy tires, but on the wet tires. But you will be... You're gonna regret that choice. You're gonna regret that choice, because I would have just, if you made the choice to go on the dries, those wet tires are gonna burn up so quickly. Burn up so quickly. So I wish She Loves Avery very, very much luck for the rest of the race. For the rest of the race, because that's gonna hurt you. Definitely hurt you. Halfway through, everybody. Half an hour to go. And I'm very, very curious when we're gonna see arriving flame going into the pit lane. I think as long as it stays wet, he's gonna stay out. And then as soon as the track starts drying up, and he sees there's no rain coming, he is gonna go in for the dry tires. And then he's gonna have that one pit stop to spare to just, if there's gonna be rain in the end, he can just, I mean, he does need to make that second pit stop regardless. So he is gonna have to make a choice right now, but go on the dries because the track is drying up. And that last pit stop is gonna be a free one. And if it's gonna be wet, you stick under the wets because you need to make it. You need to make the pit stop, so it's not gonna hurt you. Solo in P2 of course, because Transport Deleo already did his pit stop. Panzerberro in 4th still needs to do a pit stop, but Panzerberro has that same luxury as arriving flame has. If the rain, or if the track gets dry, he can get dry tires, and then you are on the way to the finish line. So if you get rain in the last 15 to 20 minutes, you can get the wet tires again, and that's how you close that off, or how you keep your options open, basically. No battles on the track, everybody. Chat is quiet, the race is quiet. I'm just talking to ghosts right now, and that's not a problem, but at least I can just watch the screen and enjoy myself in silence. And you guys are just chilling for the moment in the chat and on the track. There's not so much happening. I'm gonna put a little bit of music on for myself in the background while watching the stream and talking about it. Of course, we're not just gonna watch, we do want to talk about stuff that's happening, but no major battles going on. I think when we start seeing more pit stops happening, we will have more battles again. But we're looking at Mr. de Deurwaarder, everybody. Mr. de Deurwaarder is trying to make his way through a still wet Brands Hatch. And the track is wet. The track is gonna stay wet for a long time. We are 2 degrees up from where we started. It was 10-10. It's now ambient 12. Track is 12. So we are slowly heating up. Solo is in the pit lane, everybody. We see car number 29, Mr. Panzerberro, leaving the pit lane. Possibly on wet tires as well. He might be thinking it's 25 minutes left. So I'm gonna go out on wet tires, and if the track gets dry, I need to do that second pit stop and just stick under the dries. Panzerberro is looking good in that Mustang. Found a little bit of rhythm, and I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to... Oh, all crazy kinds of stuff is happening, but I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to make someone make mistakes, but for now, looking good. Back in P6. Top team is in P8, but is trying to find his way back to car number 92, and is now 7 seconds behind, but is behind She Loves Avery, and has already done 2 pit stops, of course, but looking at the track, it's gonna stay wet for a little while. Might be wrong, because it's been dry for a long time, and you start seeing on the track, you start seeing somewhat of a drier line. It's not dry yet, it's not greasy yet, but you start seeing a little bit of dryness on the track. DC for Panzerberro, that's very, very unlucky. Yeah, you were, as soon as you said it, I saw, before you said it in the chat, I saw you while I was watching you. We were glitching back and forth between the pit lane and the view on the car. Pit lane, view on the car. So that's very, very unlucky. And if you're in the chat, Panzerberro, I don't know, but muy bueno cerveza. Muy buena la cerveza. He's gonna think, what do I say? Let's drink a cerveza. I know it's in Romanian or Latin, it's biau. But I think Spanish is a little bit different. Cheers. Cheers. And as we have nothing happening in the race, I'm gonna look up, and that's just because we can, right? We're gonna go to Google, and we're gonna just type in fun facts about Brands Hatch, because we do need something to talk about, everybody. We need something to talk about. As we see a arriving flame in the background. Alright, here we go. Brands Hatch is one of the world's most iconic motorsport venues with a rich, nearly 100-year history. Located in Kent, England, it has evolved from a simple grass track into a premier racing circuit. Here are some fun facts about Brands Hatch. So, okay, I'm gonna just pull the chat up here. Of course, it started as a cyclist track in the 1926. In 1926, yeah, a little bit earlier than the 30s. The venue was first used for dirt track motorcycle racing, but the land was originally identified for potential use by cyclists testing their speed against runners. So there comes the runners versus cyclist cross-country races. The name origin. Despite popular belief, the name Brands Hatch is not derived from brands of cars. It's believed to come from Dene, a small valley, and Hatch, a gate, possibly referring to a gate leading to a wooded area. All these kind of fun facts, everybody. Let's see if we got some... Track was originally used, and this is a fun one. The track was originally used in an anti-clockwise direction. It was reversed to the current clockwise configuration when the new tarmac circuit was laid in the 50s. So that's funny, right? So you had this kind of layout, but backwards. Legendary first F1 win. Nigel Mansell took his very first Formula 1 Grand Prix victory at Brands Hatch in 1985. And this is about the first bend, everybody, the Paddock Hill Bend. The famous Paddock Hill Bend is considered one of the best and most challenging corners in the world. It involves a fast, blind crest that drops steeply, often challenging the steering and suspension of cars. And that's exactly true, right? If you're going through that corner, you brake. You have to kind of steer in at a moment that you are comfortable with. You go over to the right, try to hit that apex, you're gonna drop down and you feel that car suspension just sinking in, and you feel it in your wheel, right? You feel the forces differently in your wheel when you're going down the hill, down the drop basically, and then that suspension is gonna all sink in on the weight, and then you're gonna go up again to Druids, the second corner. So that makes sense, of course. The final Formula 1 race at Brands Hatch was in 1986, which was also won by Nigel Mansell. And of course the two layouts, we only use one layout over here, but you've got two layouts. The Indy layout, it's basically where you go halfway through 30s and then you take a right and then you go immediately to Clark Curve, the last one, to go back to the start finish straight. So that's some small facts about Brands Hatch. Well, we have nothing to talk about, everybody. We're just gonna be talking about that. Another fun fact is if I just do exclamation mark and website. Oh, I need to go to Twitch itself and not on Streamlabs, everybody. So let's do that again. We are gonna go here. Oh, I'm lying again. We're gonna go to Twitch and we do exclamation mark website. We get all kind of links, website, things, stuff like that. If we do exclamation mark rating, we're gonna get the rating. If we do exclamation mark Discord, we're gonna get also the whole list of links. So it doesn't really matter what you're searching for, you're gonna get the whole list of all kinds of links. Even the quotes that go automatically, if you just do quote, exclamation mark, quote, you get a new quote. All these funny things we have implemented. So website, rating, YouTube, Instagram, Xbox, PlayStation. I can even do exclamation mark Xbox. There comes the Xbox links. So just think about what you want to find, what you're looking for. Sync Mesh, SimLab. I haven't even added my own Instagram, but Boost Oxygen is there. Everything is there. Even the links from EER and a whole lot of stuff. Yeah. So we have not so much to talk about on the race, but if you are looking for something, just try and do exclamation mark, whatever you can think of. Somebody even said as a joke, somebody said in one of the earlier races, hey, I'm gonna do exclamation mark Ana de Armas. Well, here we go, everybody. And I'm not even kidding. If you say something or you try and search something and you would like a link for that, we're just gonna add it. Even just like Ana de Armas for the lols. Just for the lols, everybody. We're just gonna add everything in links. So, yeah. The race is going on, but enough funny stuff to be talking about. We've got a little bit over 13 minutes left, and of course we see Arriving Flame still in P1. We see Zolo in P2. Transport de Leo has done both of his pit stops, and of course the track is still wet. So even though it's been sunny for the last half an hour, the track is still wet with these temps, and everybody should still be on the wet. So even if somebody would say, I'm gonna make my pit stop now, the track is still wet, I'm gonna do those last couple of laps on the wets, they should be able to finish the race on the wets. And that's how this race is gonna play out. So it doesn't matter if you took the wets early, if you took the wets faster, the track is just gonna be wet for so long that you could have done 2 wets. But in hindsight, everybody, in hindsight you can talk about everything like it's like you know the future. We do see, and that's the funny thing, we do see Mr. Transport de Leo in 4th position, just 1.8 behind the Deurwaarder, but the Deurwaarder still needs to do a pit stop, and Transport de Leo is gonna get back to P2, I think, cause, let me see, 96, Transport de Leo is there. These guys are still in the same lap, P2 and P4. So as soon as Zolo starts to pit, Transport de Leo has a very not, by the way, I think he's too far away, but there is Zolo, there is Transport. He could be getting past Zolo if Zolo gets into the pit. So could be getting exciting nonetheless in the end. And while we still have a little bit of quietness, I am going quickly to do a number 1, because otherwise I'm not gonna make those last 10 minutes, everybody. So I'll be back as fast as possible. And I am back, everybody. I am back, and see, nothing has changed except for Zolo in the pit lane and the Deurwaarder going to P2. Transport Deleo is in P3, but is of course very close behind the Deurwaarder again. So we are just in time to talk about the tail end of this 1 hour race at Brands Hatch. Oh! And that was the Deurwaarder, off in the third corner. The Graham Hill bend, everybody. So while we were waiting for a little battle to happen, the Deurwaarder went off and just didn't let it happen. Literally no action, everybody. I'm trying to do my best to find something to talk about, but if there is no action, what are you gonna talk about? We've got big gaps. We've got arriving flame with just under 7 minutes to go. Very far ahead. He has left P2, everybody, so that's how big the gap is at the moment. Still needing to do a pit stop though, so as soon as he makes a pit stop, Transport Deleo is gonna unlap himself, but very far ahead. And the good thing is, Mr. Top Team had a lot of bad moments, was very unlucky in the race, but is making his way back. But Marvin Racing is now coming onto the start finish straight. Top Team is is going off the jacks right now, so in those last 3 to 4 laps he made his way back though, from all the way back on the grid, repairing that damage, and of course the grid is not that big, but he is trying to make his way back. Has been left by arriving flame as well. And I gotta give it to him, Mr. Top Team, for staying in the race, even if you're unlucky, if you're having so much bad moments. Repairing that car, staying in the race, difficult conditions, and not leaving. So that's you gotta say that, and you gotta give it that. Very good job. I wouldn't have done it, so very well done. As my dog wants to go outside and I need to walk away again. But here I am again, and we have no more battles on the whole grid, I would say. Because arriving flame is pulling into the pit lane. Transport Deleo is completely free. Then we have Zolo far behind. Possibly lapping the 93 of Mr. Nick, the Porsche. Then we have Shilov's Avery far behind Zolo. So if nobody makes any mistakes anymore, we will be finishing in this in this order. But the only thing possible is Marvin Racing and Top Team. Top Team is trying to go for P6 in my opinion. because this is the smallest gap on the track. Top team chasing down Marvin for P6. Good evening, Flitserflop. Yes, it's very, very quiet, and I've already searched Google for some fun facts about Brands Hatch. I've got Spotify in the background, which I normally don't have, because yeah, I need to entertain myself as well. And normally it's so busy on the track that the guys on track make the show. It's 2.3 now for top team to Marvin, so he is catching. He is catching, and we see the sun go away. It's getting a little bit darker again, but with 3 minutes left it's not gonna rain anymore. But the top team is getting close to Marvin very, very fast, so this is our opportunity to go into the cockpit cam and see the charge for P6. And as we all know, Flitserflop, you are completely right. This is the #1 track in ACC, and not just ACC. In every racing game that has this track, this is the best one. And that's the overtake for top team on Marvin. It's not done yet, but Marvin is very, very safe and very, very kind, and it's not gonna make it hard. And top team is in P6, Marvin falls back to P7, and this was the last action that we had on maybe a little bit of crashes, maybe something that we can see that happens, but this was the last overtake of this race in my opinion. Any racing game, Flitzer, yes indeed, it's just everything is brands. But we're gonna go to Mr. Arriving Flame. He is gonna overtake possibly, and who is that? That is car number 96. No, I was lying. 92. Arriving Flame. Oh, as he goes just into the grass, coming through Sheens, is gonna overtake possibly Shiloh's Avery P4 again, and then it's gonna be. We're also gonna be going into the last lap. So it's gonna be last lap for Arriving Flame, and we're gonna look at the leader just in the last lap to complete this race of the EER Strategy Series, round 9 on Brands Hatch. Yeah, we're just, I mean, what are we looking at, everybody? We're looking at an EER Strategy Series race with less guys on the grid than normal, but they should, I think they have drop rounds. I think not a lot of people like this track, and I get it. If you're learning it, if it's wet, if you have been practicing and you're not on the pace or you can't find pace, you're gonna skip it. I used to not like it as well, but we have someone in the chat who knows I do, and everybody who likes or looks at the stream, views the streams or looks back videos knows that Brands Hatch is one of my favorites and one of the only tracks where I can really have a decent pace. So yeah, that's my that's me and Brands Hatch. That's like the perfect marriage. If my girl, I wouldn't say was like Brands Hatch, it would be perfect, but Yeah, it's a good marriage. It's a good marriage, everybody. And Arriving Flame has finished in P1, everybody. Well done, and massive gap to P2. Arriving Flame is already doing a victory lap. Is driving around here. Is gonna possibly do a couple of donuts on Brands Hatch. Driving absolutely, well, beautifully, crazy, beautifully fast, wet track, tricky conditions, and so far ahead of the field. And we see the 598 car now just coming onto the clearways and through the last corner. So we've seen Arriving Flame do a couple of donuts and a little burnout over there. And we're gonna see Transport de Leeuw coming home in P2, just behind Shake and Ivy. With Shake and Ivy taking an SG30 as well. Then we have, of course, Zolo, also very far behind, with She Loves Avery a little bit, yeah, a little bit closer behind than Zolo was to P2. But Zolo is gonna take P3, and that's definitely gonna be good for the points with such a low amount of people. And as we have been looking at Zolo, She Loves Avery is gonna bring it home in fourth, is driving very slowly, and we see car number 68 or 69, which is it? Mr. Marvin doing a little victory lap, and She Loves Avery is the last on track. He's gonna make it very slow, possibly doing a little catwalk-ish kind of run to the finish line, but has been very unlucky as well. Had a little couple of moments in the wet, just went wide, slid off a couple of times, and this is Avery doing its best to make the run to the finish line as long as possible. But that's not gonna stop us from opening up a beer and enjoying the evening with some Spotify in my ears. So as long as that car keeps rolling, we should get to the finish line eventually. It's gonna take a little while. I think about Friday, Saturday, the race should be over, everybody. And this is the race done. This is the race done, everybody. We've got Arriving Flame in 1, Transport de Leeuw in 2, and Zolo taking P3 with She Loves Avery 89 seconds behind. But the rest was already finished, of course. So yeah, this was EER Strategy Series Round 9 on Brands Hatch. We had a dry or greasy practice track, we had a dry quali, and a very wet race with no more rain after 15 minutes, but for the rest of the race the track stayed wet. I don't know if we do want to do interviews. I don't think interviews for such a race are very important. We saw, of course, we can ask Arriving Flame, how was your race? He's probably gonna say lonely. We can ask Transport de Leeuw, how do you feel about P2? He's probably gonna say, I had some tricky moments in the beginning. Other than that, knowing that I have already done a pit stop, I knew I was in a good position. And then we have Zolo. We can ask him the same. He's probably gonna say something like Transport de Leeuw as well. So I think we don't want to hear those standard media trained answers. So I will just be saying, you guys, thank you for watching. This was round 9 on Brands Hatch of course, what we see in the screen, the EER Strategy Series. So have a good one. We're gonna close off. We're gonna go to the outro. And I will see you all tomorrow at Friday's multi-class event. So peace out.